Dude, I was thinking of starting a new YouTube channel. I'm just head over heels into this fish tank thing.
Oh my god!
I don't
like
think it's great
YouTube
show content, but it's what I do when I'm not on the show quite a. And I'm like, I need to make an OnlyFans channel and just talk about like sexy rasses and like fat tanks and plumping them up and slimy or slippery when wet jokes.
No, the play actually would be to call it OnlyFins and never acknowledge or play into the fact that it's called OnlyFins and it's
Can I give you
an educational channel about saltwater fish.
I'll give you some advice that might be a decade too old. Your first video should be about Jackie using that overpowered bootleg laser to like kill the whatever the things are called.
Oh, yeah.
But you're going to have a really scary thumbnail and it's going to highlight the fact that it's a very dangerous laser, that you're not, that it's what you're doing is dangerous and like prohibited. Maybe even point out the laser is technically illegal. And
I put a Tesla logo on the laser.
And then like, obviously like everybody here will watch it that's listening to this. But then, like, if you can get it to roll over and do a viral thing, if you can get it in front of eyes, people will click that thumbnail. However, if you made a channel about fish tanks, I think that would mostly just be about your love of fish tanks and not any sort of successful business venture. You know that going in. So everything I just said,
you have like an aquarium.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like a big one.
So to shorten it up. I used to have a big-ish one at 70 gallons. I currently have a 25, and I bought a 150. I'm waiting on it.
I think
how big is 150? That seems like a lot.
150 gallons. So
3 times as big.
It's about 2 feet tall, right? But it's on a stand. But the tank is about 2 feet tall. It's about 4 feet wide and 3 feet front to back.
Oh shit, that is a huge fucking tank.
They get bigger. If
that pops in your house, it ruins your house, right?
Part of it. But
you know what I could see? Like, you know how you get into hobbies and then you have to up to the next thing? Like, is there any thought about maybe a bigger sea creature? Not anything ridiculous, but like something bigger than a little fish. Like, because that's cool. Like something bigger, something substantive you see swimming in someone's house. It's like, I don't know. I always think that's neat.
Yeah, I hadn't thought about it. We went to the public aquarium last month. And they had sea otters. And I was just like, what does it take to keep a sea otter?
Dude, I bet it's a nightmare.
I have a pool. And like I got some space, and the sea otters look like little water dogs.
Oh, dude,
this is a good idea.
With animals like that,
I have a
you watch a video like talking about those like animals, and they'll be like
$10,000
at 3 a.m. known as the screaming owl. It's like, oh god damn it, my fucking otters are screaming again.
Woody, you could put in a pond on your property and have freshwater otters. That rhymes.
They're ugly. Freshwater otter.
They're not. They're really cool. I used to shoot them. They sort of like get on the top of the water and swim along. You got to shoot right behind the eye.
What do they do to you?
They eat the fish, and then they do otter shit.
No, that's fair enough. Yeah, you need.
You guys know that I was always into like taking pictures of toys and stuff for a bit there, and so I liked the way it was set up. And one thing leads to another, and I ended up on aquarium YouTube. I like 2 years ago, because I was looking at like dioramas being built, miniatures, blah, blah, and then I got into like aquascaping.
Oh, it's all we talk about. My wife has models downstairs I could show you.
Dude. It's sick. And you know what? If it sounds like a shit YouTube channel, it'll probably make a great TikTok account.
You're
so
right.
You're a gamer. You're a gamer. The Chinese Communist Party already has a blueprint of your entire house and how many people live in it. You're fucked. You're on the grid.
YouTube Shorts.
You might as well just get a TikTok. Yeah, YouTube Shorts also. You can put it there. But I think you should lean into the aquarium stuff. People love it.
Let me say this.
There's room for
I would love.
I think it's cooler than paramotoring by far.
I've watched people. I
do. It is.
I watch people empty out aquariums and clean them. I watched a guy this gigantic aquarium. He has to put his fish in like a fucking kid-sized swimming pool while he switches the water. I think an aquarium is such a cool thing.
I have every
intention
of setting up automated water changers so I can have like, the dosers that nurses use to feed you your drip or whatever.
Wait, does that mean you don't have to empty out your aquarium ever?
Right. Yeah, that just goes to the house's waste. All you do is mix fresh salt And,
okay, because that's the one thing that ever prevented me from getting an aquarium is that I would fuck up.
If you go to the saltwater fish keeping world, you can remove like a lot of effort and replace that with money. Like there's a computer that will control your water changes, your temperatures, your chemistry. My water is being tested 4 times a day right now. I have a website that shows me.
Well, why am I boxing for a stupid ass charity when I could be boxing for a saltwater aquarium for fish?
Exactly.
Yeah, you should be.
Exactly.
You should
boxing for fish. That's like a real life that people.
You need to
like
find Nemo.
Yeah. We have to box for fish so that we.
Dude, would you have if your award instead of 20 grand was the finest tuna, the entire thing from that day at the Chiziki fish market in Japan? You'd make more money with the tuna.
What class of hobby is this this thing that Woody has taken on, Taylor? I think that it is of the class of the train conductors, the home train conductors, and the Warhammer model makers. However, I will say
I got to all of these.
It's the top of them. It is the best of them. I like that there's live animals.
Yeah.
And I like that that it's going to be very expensive and potentially like. I don't know. It's going to be a fancy thing that you're going to have. It's going to be a beautiful thing.
It's a very classy hobby.
You know what it is? It's indoor gardening. It's a little more complicated because there's so much chemistry involved, but it's basically indoor gardening where you just sort of every day you tend to it. You make sure it's watered like you want it to be. You make sure the tests, the fit, the phosphorus, the food. Jackie and I meet every twice a day at the fish tank at 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. and we have a coffee and we watch the food drop.
That is hilariously structured. I love that. Very
That's
German.
great.
Also, you can't discount the.
It is 5:02, Jackie.
Yeah, right.
You're not here.
You can't discount the
record it
enormous
for-
feng shui benefits of having an aquarium in your house with fish too.
Yeah.
Yeah. See,
I mean, if you believe in energies like that.
I don't, but it's beautiful. What he has there is beautiful, and more importantly,
it puts off a good feeling. It's nice to look at. The same way an aesthetic painting in a room brings a better feeling to it because it's pleasing to see. It's way cooler than an aesthetic painting.
Yeah, but he doesn't want to make it sound like he believes in Chinese magic. So
I totally believe.
I don't think you can underestimate the fact that it's classy, because I will say this: if I go to another man's house and he has one of those trains. Like we joked about it last week, but man, that's some lame ass shit. If you got a fucking train, your little hat on, and you got the trees and stuff, you have ruined this room.
Disagree so much.
You have ruined your garage, sir. You have ruined whatever room.
I'm gonna take off my wooden whistle.
This will stay here until when you die. Your family will take it apart angrily and roughly, and they'll throw it all away. However, Woody's aquarium, I walk into that room, loser. but at Woody's house, however, I feel like his aquarium could add an aesthetic to a room that nothing else could. I know I always go back to the fucking dentist, but I think growing up when I was a kid, like my the guy that did my braces had a fantastic aquarium, and it was really nice to sit there and like get him to work on your mouth, the orthodontist, and have that soothing aquarium of little yellow and red fish moving around over there. Neat. It was soothing. It was cool. It was relaxing. So it's just infinitely better than those other lame ass hobbies. Fuck y'all train conducting bitches.
That is not the official stance of the show.
Like, I almost guarantee you when I come downstairs after this show, Jackie will have developed a new aquascape in clay for my feedback on it.
That's fun.
She's really into the animal husbandry part of it. She's always looking at every coral for disease or for problems or invasive worms or whatever. I'm more into like the tool set and the chemistry side of it. I always want to make sure the pH, the ORP, the temperature, the calcium, the alkalinity.
You're like iDubbbz and Anissa, and this aquarium is your creator clash. Now imagine one fish had been training with another fish in another aquarium. No, I'm kidding.
Fuck with my tangs.
I think that's when did you get into this? What is this?
It was
like motorcycles last year.
Dude, no.
Still is.
So I kept aquariums starting as a teenager and into my 20s and maybe my 30s. And then I took a break during sort of my YouTube years and just got another one in February. So we just got back into it.
I got a prediction.
Picking new hobbies.
He's gonna get a big tank, Taylor.
We'll
Taylor,
You're gonna get a big.
let me ask you this, because here's the question. Because
big.
Woody already knows the answer to my question. What's the big boy tank, Woody?
You're asking me? Or
Yeah. There's a tank out there. What's the big boy? What do the reef keepers of the world look to when they install a tank in their domicile?
I would say if you're in the 350 to 500 gallon range, you're a boss. If you're more than that, then it's almost like not pretty anymore. It's like a swimming pool with glass
aquarium
sides.
Now. It better be like the roof and your walls on both sides or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Like if you get past like a 500 or 1,000 gallons, it starts to get
Does
into
it get
this
too
like
deep and you can't see the shit going on anymore.
and it's all distorted and the water's never as perfectly clear as you want it to be because you have like a shark in it.
That's when you join them.
All of his human oils will ruin the chemistry.
Because no, he's gonna be in a full skin suit. He's gonna have to be in a wetsuit.
I gave Jackie a suntan lotion lecture yesterday.
Yeah. No,
you can't put that in there. You're gonna kill him. Do you want to kill him?
That looks really dope.
That
Next
No,
station.
you know
I
what
wonder
would be
where that is.
A cool thing is I also watched some videos on Aquarium, Twitter, probably or not YouTube, probably a year or so ago. But the guy I landed on was a dude who just has piranhas, and it is an enormous tank. I don't know the gallons, but his whole channel is he will like walk out to his yard, which has a million other animals, and like pick up a dead squirrel that he just killed or whatever. It was dead out there. And then he'll drop it like fur and all into the piranha tank. And you just watch as the piranhas like every time they spend like 10 minutes like going up and like nipping at it all nervously. And then once the first one gets enough to like get blood, there's a little rush. And then by the time blood's around, like it is a flurry, maybe 90 seconds, and then like bones floating down. It's really entertaining. Look up the Piranha Guy channel. I don't know the fucking name of it, but it's cool.
It's funny you called it entertaining because I always thought piranhas were psychopaths' fifths.
Like they're awesome,
dude. Right? What does that say? So they never move. They sit there very, very still. They're not really super pretty. They have red bellies, but they're not beautiful. They're not beautiful. They're not interesting. They have no personality. They don't move, but they eat like psychos. And it's like, do you like watching things die? Do you like buying goldfish to feed to your piranha? If you get off on that, piranha's your fish.
It was interesting to watch it. Like when he threw a live bullfrog in there. And you watched like the live bullfrog like try to hide, and then they're like nipping at it. I'm like, well, it's
like that Russian torture
video. This is kind of horrible, but also it's like it is a frog. I don't fucking care.
God wants this.
God wants.
If God didn't want it, he would have stopped it.
The Jewish God.
And God said, torture the frogs.
The Jewish God said, worry not, there is no hell.
There is no hell.
Man, that must be
Take
great
comfort in your good credit.
Like, what's the worst that could happen?
I don't know. I mean, the worst that could happen is hell.
Are there better versions of heaven in the Jewish faith?
No, I don't think.
I wasn't asking you, Tank Commander.
I didn't realize you were going to say Jew.
Thing landed. I like
no, I thought you were going to say Christianity, and then I jumped the gun like it's hard.